Praise the Lord. If you don't mind, please be seated. Our prayers are answered in Jesus' name. Welcome to church, everyone. Good morning. As we make progress in our entrepreneurship and prosperity series, I'm glad this morning to announce to you that we'll be having a guest speaker in the house. And then it's gonna be an eye-opening session with him. I've known the guest speaker for a while now, and then something you would not see if you go to his profile page on LinkedIn is the fact that he's a lover of God. Anytime I read this post on social media, I'm always so wowed. And at times I'll just send him a message. Oh, thank you for sharing this. This is inspiring. He's a lover of God, and he's a passionate father. If you can't follow Michael Ogbaa, and then you don't know the passion he has for his family. Boss, I want to pray for that grace. Michael Ogbaa is a consummate banker. Impact Media, I would appreciate if you can just project his profile. But I'll just speak to you from my knowledge of him. He's a consummate banker. He's been there. He played in that turf for some 20 years, 20 solid years. So he has under his belt 20 years of experience in strategy, in business planning, in market risk management, general administration. At some point, he moved into the retail arm of business. You know, he's been everywhere. In those 20 years, he learned under the tutelage of senior bankers, people we respect so much in the industry. At some point, he was in the orange camp. If I say the orange camp, you should know the bank I'm talking about. At some point, he moved to the Warrior Bank. Pastor, okay, you know the Warrior Bank. So we call ourselves Access Warrior. He was in Access Bank. He was in GT Bank. He learned under the great Tayo, late Tayo. He was under Ike. And then today, he has been able to take the bold step to step out and to do his own thing. He's the founder and CEO of Sitiamo Technology. Sitiamo does financing for women. Financing. They finance the businesses of women. Michael Ogbaa had his MBA from the University of Liverpool. And then he had some training in leadership from Wharton School, University of Pennsylvania. LICC, join me. Join me to welcome my own very good boss, my friend, Michael Ogbaa.
I read a lot about your profile and I was wowed. So I would like to ask, what was your origin like? What led to it? How did you start?
Thank you very much. Good morning, church. It's a privilege to be here. I don't take it for granted. First, because these are the people Jesus Christ died for. And secondly, because we are all creations of God and He has put His seed inside us. The question, how did I start and what was the motivation? I realized a long time ago that the difference between a poor man and a rich man is information. So I started on time to look for this information. There are things that rich people do that if poor people should know them, they are like law. If you jump now, you will fall. Why? Because it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter anything. There is a law called gravity. It brings you down. So no matter who you are, if you jump, you will fall. That's a law. So in the same way, rich people have identified some principles which they follow. That following that alone will make you successful. So the whole essence is, what are these principles? How can I begin to follow them? If you follow them religiously, you'll be rich.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So from what you've said, sir, you said there's a difference between the rich and the poor. So for someone like me, what are those principles that I can take to become like you?
Thank you very much. When Pastor Wale was talking, he mentioned something. I had the privilege, not everybody has that privilege. I had the privilege of working with very rich people. When I say very rich, very, very rich people. So I worked closely with them. It was through the grace of God that I met them. So let me not go into the details. I'll just tell you a few things I noticed working directly with them. One was, two of them were the founders of what we know today as Guaranteed Trust Bank. By sheer grace of God, I happened to know Tayo Adereoku of blessed memory. So he took me in. At a point, for 2 years, I was writing all his speeches. Anywhere he was going, he was carrying me along. So I realized that he was doing certain things that were uncommon. And those are the principles. I will tell you two, then we'll continue.
Okay.
One of them is creating value. Creating value. When you create value, you will get paid for the value you have created. He personally told me this story. I wasn't there when they started. I only joined Guaranteed Trust Bank in 1999. They had existed for like 9 years because I think they started in the year 2000. So they've worked in the year 1990. So they've worked for like 9 years before I joined them. But what he said to me was that when in banking, you have to come to bank, take teller, go back, come back. The queues were too many. In fact, there are times you want to just withdraw 2,000 naira. You have to spend 2 days because if you come and the queue is too much, they will give you tally number. You go home, you come the next day and all that. So they just spoke to themselves and say, can't there be a difference? Are there people that will be willing to pay for the time instead of waiting forever? They will just pay for that time they are saving them. And that was what led to Guaranteed Trust Bank. And truth be told, when they started, they put chandelier in their building, they put a piano, they made it exclusive. And they started choosing their customers. All those in KPMG, PwC were their target market. And people come in there, 5 minutes, you are out. It was like a miracle. Think about it. In this other bank, you spend 2 days to withdraw 2,000. When you come into this other bank, 5 minutes, you are out. Where would you rather bank?
5 minutes.
Correct. And they were actually paying for that time you were saving them. That's what gave birth to what we know today as Guaranteed Trust Bank. So value creation is one thing that rich people seek after and they get. The second one is channel. I just want to tie these two before we go to other discussion. Who are the richest people? Amazon, Bossos. What does he do? Amazon. You go there, you buy, you sell. He doesn't have those things you buy. He just created channel. You bring your own, another person buy, and he's rich, right? Yeah. Okay. How about Facebook? You create Facebook account. I create Facebook account. We are talking amongst ourselves. From the adverts there, he's making his money. What has he provided? Channels, right? Okay. Come to Nigeria, the banks we have, what have they created? Channels. You come, you put your money, another person comes, he takes the money. It's channels, right? Yeah. So think about that thing you can provide. That will be a channel. Even if it is one kobo that everybody is putting inside, you are richer than that person that wants to do 1 million naira transaction, 1 billion naira transaction. So channel is one very important thing. I know we'll talk about Sitiamo, but learning these things, we are creating value in Sitiamo. We are providing channels in Sitiamo. Just for the records, the person I came with is a data analyst. She's number 4 person in Sitiamo, very highly intelligent. And what she has done for us in Sitiamo is that she has digitized most of our processes. She can tell you the number of women that have come through our system. And she's working towards a point where if anybody comes into Nigeria and say, who has the record of all responsible women that can borrow and pay back, she will have that data. We can sell that data for billions and we can cash out. It's value creation.
Thank you so much, sir. So the next one I'm going to ask is, so far you are in 24 states in the Federation and you've reached out to over 6,400 women. So I'm kind of jealous here. Why only women?
Okay, we didn't just jump into giving only women. I ran strategy in Guarantee Trust Bank for 6 years. So I know about business. You can't do a business without getting information. Any business you do by impulse, the failure will be by impulse. So research is important. You have to go back and find out.
Sorry, sir. Please say that again so that people can take note of that.
No. Any business you do or start by impulse will also end by impulse because there is no foundation around it. For the business to succeed, there must be a research around it. Yeah. And we did that research in Sitiamo. So we went about giving monies to people, finding out how these things will work. We now realize that 90% of the time, women pay back their loan. 20% of the time, men pay back their loan. Women will want to fend for a woman will not be happy if the child is not having food. So there are things that matter to them. A man can be drinking beer and his child is sick. A man can marry additional wife if you just make the mistake of giving him money. A man will build a house from the money he's supposed to use and do something else. So there are so many factors that made us to choose women. And I can tell you for a fact that the testimony, they actually justify the confidence we repose on them.
Thank you so much, sir. So you've been in the banking industry for, let's say, 21 years now. So what actually led you to decide that this is the time to leave your 9 to 5? Or was it like you heard a voice from heaven like, Michael, leave your 9 to 5 to a place where I will tell you to go to? So what actually inspired you?
Okay. Thank you very much. I love this question because I want to say something to my brothers and my sisters here. I worked 21 years in banking. Banks don't like poor people. They will pretend they like you, they don't. There is a principle they use, they call it the 80-20 principle. It's only 20% of their customers that they care about because those 20% give them 80% of their income, right? Have you asked yourself why you don't have account officer? It's because you don't matter to them. Do you understand? Those are the things that led me to, because poor people, they can't help you. If a poor man, you go to a bank to give you money, they will ask you to bring collateral. If you have collateral, will you go and be asking them for the money? They don't like you. And that's the hidden secret, right? Okay. So what led to Sitiamo? Number one is divine. Then I will now say the physical one, because no matter how divine any idea is, if you don't do the legwork, like faith without work is dead. So the divine part of it was one day in church, our pastor called us together, the financial partners of the church. He said, wait behind after church. I want to have a meeting with you. We waited. So when he was talking to us, by the inspiration of God, he gave a prophecy. He said, from now till the end of this week, you will receive a call. One of you here will receive a call. That call, to confirm what I'm saying, will be a proposal. When you receive that call, don't say no. Whatever it is, once you hear proposal, agree. You will do it. You will come back. I'm speaking by the authority of God. So I took that word and I went. Thursday of that week, I got a call. The person that called me, I have Truecaller. From the Truecaller, I saw the person's name. This is somebody I've met only once physically, and we've been friends on Facebook forever. So the person says to me, I have these people that have been disturbing me. There is this business proposal. When she mentioned proposal, I started laughing. I now told her the answer is yes. She said, which answer? I said, whatever you want to say, the answer is yes. She was kind of surprised. So you've not even heard me out. I say, yeah, whatever you are going to say, the answer is yes, but go ahead and tell me what you want to say. She then said to me that they have these partners from South Africa that wanted to bring some Chinese company into Nigeria. They were looking for partners. She has been outside Nigeria for a while. She didn't, since I was working in a bank, so she said, can I partner with her to do this business? I said, what business? He said they are selling point of sale terminal, POS, in Nigeria. So they were looking for partners. I said, fine, that's not a problem. So they got the person. I said, okay, let's register the company. So within 1 week, we registered the company. The company became a living thing. And we now sent all the information to the company abroad. That's what led to Sitiamo. But think about it. Terminal selling, for me, is not what I wanted to do, right? So I told her, we will start with this, but the vision is what we are doing now. Giving money to market women. You know, when God is in something, it happens like magic. You'll be overwhelmed. God is my witness. In 70 days, we made 10 million naira profit.
Wow.
70 days. 70. So when that money came, I called her. I said, this money is in our account. Both of us started crying because it can only be God. How do you explain it? Something that was nothing. It just started. So I told her, okay, let's use this money to do this other business. That's how we started. I don't know how many of you know one Sunday market in Ogbaa. Yeah, so that's the place we started. We called a meeting. Women came. We said, how many of you want to borrow money? We will give you money, no collateral. Let the Yaloja know you. When we give you the money, we'll collect 5%. So if you give you 20,000, we'll collect 1,000, which is the 5%. Every week, you pay 5,000. Every week, you pay 5,000. After 4 weeks, you have finished paying your 20,000. If you then want to borrow again, you can go ahead. They say, nobody has done this for us. God bless you. God bless you. That's how we started. And like you rightly said, we are in 25 states. Since the information I gave you, we've gone to 25 states. We've impacted the life of over close to 7,000 women since inception. We are in about 150 markets in Nigeria. In Lagos alone, we are in over 50 markets. We can't meet the demand. Like I told you, Channel, we can't. See, the only limitation we have is the money to give them. As per people that want to borrow money, you can't meet their needs. There are too many.
Thank you so much, sir. So from what you said, I got two things: divine and follow the leading of God and act fast. Is so many of us, I'm guilty of that. There are some things that have been dropped into my mind and I don't act on it. So what are those? What can you say about that? What's your advice to youth like us? Because in this world now, we have three categories of people: the doers, the people that the thinkers, and also people that wait for things to happen. Those in the categories of the doers, we have those ones that are doing it legally, those ones that are doing it illegally. And we also have the people that are monitoring, the people that are drawing back. I can't do it legally. So people that think that without doing it illegally, they can't make it in life. And we have some people that they are just waiting for this rich man for EFCC to catch this rich man for them to say, yes, you see, I told you, you can't do it legally to succeed. So for youths like us who are coming up in life, what do you think we can do to beat this challenge of procrastination?
Thank you. Lagos has about 20 million people, so we are told. About 4 to 5 million of them wake up every morning, start running around the whole of Lagos. That's why you have traffic. That's a lot of people, and that's a lot of movement. Inside that running around, there are monies that if you just open your eyes to them, you will grab them and start making money off them. The lady I came with, Miriam, she goes home every day with a boss, and it's called Plenty Waka. Somebody sat down, thought about it. All these bosses that go around, they are inconveniencing for so many. A lot of people use them because they don't have a choice. A lot of people use them because they are cheap and all. Are there middle-class people that want comfort? They want to sit in an AC environment and still achieve the same transportation. And they now digitize it. So once it's 3:30, I look at her, she's booking for her seat in that plenty worker. By 4, the boss is at law school, and she enters, and she goes to Aja, and she pays, I think, 600. Yeah, 600. So somebody is making money. Plenty worker has so many bosses. If you go there, you will see. This is just one person taking advantage of information. This just, are there no bosses in Lagos? You would think, with all the device, if I buy bus, who will enter? If I make my own cheaper, costlier, because other people will pay 200, she pays 600. So what am I trying to say? The businesses are in front of you. Think about it. Then do it. Are there challenges with traffic? Yes. Are there challenges with accommodation in Lagos? Yes. Are there challenges with security? Yes. How do you solve that problem? So long as there is a problem, it is in solving the problem that the money comes. We talked about value creation. You know, it hurts me to my bone when I see young people come and say, the problem, I want to start, I don't have money. Money is not your problem. Money is not your problem. If money were to be your problem, all of us will be poor. Money is not your problem. Your problem, like the Bible says, is capital. Wisdom is the capital. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you 2 examples to tell you that money is not your problem. Okay. One example is this. You know what they call sweet corn? They use it for salad. Okay. Now, that sweet corn, in IIT, International Institute of Tropical Agriculture in Ibadan, they can do one. They can give you a quality one, seed that you can plant and harvest. Okay, so you are in this church now. You don't have what you are doing. You are hearing me talk. You now go online and check IITA Ibadan. Take their information, call them, and say, do you have sweet corn? I want to research. I want to start planting sweet corn. What does it take? When you finish negotiating with them, take a transport from here to Ibadan, can be up to 2,000. Go there, buy plenty seedling. You can buy it in a cellophane bag. Come back with it. Come and ask Pastor, please, I make announcement here. I'm sure there is 1 or 2 members here that have land that they are not using. Beg Pastor to beg them. You are not taking their land away. You only want to use that land for 4 months. That's all. Go there, plant your sweet corn. It will take 4 months for you to harvest it. That seedling, when you harvest, you will see that you don't have problem of demand. If you can't find hotels that will buy it off you, because it's sweet corn, it's sweeter than the normal corn, you have ready market for it, right? You harvest it, you can start the process all over again. Did you need money for that? Maybe later. There is something called leasing. Leasing companies are people that will give you equipment to use. When you are using it, you'll be paying back from that equipment. They can give you car. They can give you barbing clipper. They can give you barbing, that thing women use to do hair. Fine. They don't take 1 kobo from you. What they want is, can you give us a guarantor? So you come to Pastor, please, I want to be paying tithe. The reason I've not been paying tithe is because I've been idle. Now I want to do something. Can you be my guarantor? Or get somebody to be my guarantor. You go to the leasing company. You collect the equipment, right? If it's a car, so long as Pastor knows you are not going to drive away with the car. Okay, so you've started something. From there, you'll be able to pay tithe. Have you spent money? No. Idea around the world. When Guarantee Trust Bank started, they have this idea of changing the way banking was. They wrote down 100 names of people they wanted to approach. Eventually, they pruned it down to 42. The initial shareholders of Guarantee Trust Bank, as we know it today, there is nobody in that place that's not a billionaire. They approached them, their own money. Tayo Adionoku, before he died, he confided in me that he came back that day. He used to smoke then. He said he was smoking at night and he was looking at his wife and children. He was saying, have I not mortgaged the future of these people? Fola Adiola said that he sold his seti, the seti he has in his house, to bring the money that was demanded of him. I'm saying that they did all this. They sacrificed all this for what we have today as Guarantee Trust Bank. How about you? If you have a good suit that is worth 6,000, sell it. Use it as the seed capital. You will have many suits in the future. Do something. Don't be comfortable where you are. That's the point.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. key things that strike me most there was, number one, you said money no be problem. Another one you said, tell your pastors about land. I don't know, sir, please, I don't know how many of us have land here so that I can tell them I want to use their land, sir. And another thing, we have to be trustworthy. Because to tell our pastor we need this, we have to have a track record that we are trustworthy. So we ourselves, we need to be trustworthy too in doing things so that when you go meet our pastor, they can stand and vouch for you that you won't run away with their car, you won't run away with their land. So I want to ask, when you started, who were the people you met for? Did you take loan from bank or was it from friends or families? How did you
we
go about
started
it?
with that 6 million. You know, we got 10 million profit, right?
Yes, sir.
Out of that 10 million, we put 6. I told my co-founder that let's use 6 out of that 10 to start this business. You know, when you start something, people will not believe you. We started August. We didn't get money from outsider until May, June the next year. By then, the business has started. We could print our statement. You see how much have gone out, how much has come in, right? Yes, brothers and sisters, this is a church, so I can let you in on some information. Remember, we started with 6 million, right? Today, we manage portfolio of close to 500 million. Why? Because people have realized that these people are serious. So they give us money at 2.5% flat, meaning that every 1 million they give us, every month we give them 25,000. Every 1 million they give us, every month we give them 25,000. We collect 50,000 from the women. Like that 5% on every million, it comes to 50,000. We give the people that give us money 25,000. We use the other 25,000 to run the institution. Does it make sense? You can't find too many things in Nigeria except these scams you have all around that can give you that 2.5. 2.5% flat is 30% per annum. It's a lot of money. So, but that's what we are doing because God has been faithful. Today is close to 500 million. By the end of the year, it might be 1 billion. That's how God works. He said, as far as your eyes can see, that dream, pursue it. Don't worry about the details. God will go ahead of you and make it happen.
Wow. Thank you, sir. So, how many of us know Cynthia Moye? You said you guys didn't make profits. You started in August till May, June the next year. During that period, were there challenges? Were you thinking, I can't continue this again? This is getting so long. So,
if you do anything that you don't have challenge, stop doing it. It's a problem. It's not a good thing. Anything you don't have challenge, it's not a good thing. There is something problem. It will meet you in the future. So run away from that. There were plenty problems. You see, I've realized something. It goes back to the secret of rich people. Rich people, when they don't succeed, their enthusiasm doesn't come down. Whether it is Michael Jordan playing basketball, he misses more than the ones he scores. Whether it's David Beckham trying to bend his free kick, he practices and misses more than the ones he scores. It's only when the match is playing live that you see that he has scored. We had problems. There were women that ran away with our money. There were people, Iyaloja, that we trusted, that used other people to collect money and disappeared. Those things did happen. Did they stop us? No.